Hello everyone, I'm here with my wrap-up for my Project 10 pan for 2015. So I have in front of me all 10 plus products that I worked on and made a goal of finishing for 2015. I finished about half of them, and I have 5 that I did not finish, and I'm okay with that, and I will explain why. I have been keeping everything in my little Chanel bag that I have finished up for the year, and I have them out in front of me right now. So I will insert a picture of all of these products. The first one I have is the Chanel Écriture de Chanel. It is a liquid liner. I finished this in the spring or summertime, so it took me quite a while. It doesn't look like there's a lot of product in here, but since I don't use a lot of liner, I use it very sparingly, and it was kind of a learning curve with this because I would have to put it on my hand just to get just to get all the big blobs out, straightened out first, and then get it on my eyes. It took me quite a while to get through this. This was one of the first things that I finished that are full size. So there is that. Next, there was the Josie Maran Magic Marker in Quick Step, which has pretty much dried out. There's nothing left. And I would use this underneath my lipstick or lip product, and it followed me all the way into the fall. And in the fall, it just wasn't giving enough color, so that's when I decided to retire it, but it lasted for quite a while. Then the first 3 products that I finished all in a row pretty much, I think it took me 4 to 6 weeks to finish these, were 3 perfume samples. I counted them all as one. There was the Armani Code. There was Fairy by Van Cleef & Arpels. There was Allure Sport Homme, or Homme Sport. And they were all very different. This one was very citrusy, this one was very sweet, and this one was floral, but with that sort of, it's a male scent, so it's got that male floral scent. I enjoyed using the Allure, and I did enjoy using the Armani Code. I was very disappointed in the Fairy, just because it looked so pretty, but it was not to my taste. The first 3 lip products that I finished were 3 samples that I counted as one. These came from a little pack. I believe there was a pack of 4. And they were a mixture of the Rouge Coco and the Rouge Coco Shine. And I finished number 61 Bonheur, number 7 Chalice, and number 39 Paradis. And in addition to those, I also finished this little sample of the Rouge Allure that I'd had for quite a while, and this was in 33 Fabulous. It was a nice sparkly shade with gold shimmer that I liked wearing in the summer. So I just threw that in there because it was a goal. It was not an official goal in my Project 10 pan, but it was a goal as I went along. And I decided that I wanted to finish this, so I added that in. Then for the 2 full-size lip products that I finished, the first one was Outsider. It's a nice natural pink. And it is a sheer, I believe, formula. And I finished that one in April. It actually went relatively quickly. It took me about 3.5 months to finish. It was a lovely shade, perfect for winter and spring. Then recently I finished Corinth, which was a deep brown shade. A very natural shade. It was a semi-matte. Perfect for summer and fall, and I finished it up this fall. That is collectively 6 products that I finished in my Project 10 pan. The small items, the small lip items were actually sort of optional. They didn't actually count in the 10 of the 10, so I still have 5 that I haven't finished. But I am happy to have finished them. What I learned is that a little sample goes a long way. Little samples like this could last me 2 to 3 weeks using a nice little lip brush and using them pretty sparingly. And these could last me quite a long time as well, probably lasted me a good 2 months. And a full-size lipstick can take a really long time to finish if you don't use a lot of it, if you don't reapply. If you just put it on in the morning and expect it to just stay all day, which it rarely ever does, it's going to go very slow. Perfume samples last me about 2 weeks is what I found, and products like these lip markers, there's really no way to tell. It just dries out when it dries out, or stops giving color when it stops giving color. And as I said before with these liners, I don't use a lot of dark liner because I don't do wings and I don't do very thick lines. So these types of products take me quite a while, as you will find with one of the products that I didn't finish. So as for the products, the 5 products that I did not finish, but I made significant progress on, I will also insert a clip of that. And the first one that was pretty much my most sort of failed product, I'd say, is this Illusion D'Homme eyeshadow. It was a cream eyeshadow in 83 Illusoir. As you can see, I have finished up in this area here. When I started, I had made almost no progress, but it had dried out, which was very sad. But like I said before, I use it like a dry shadow, and it hasn't had any negative effects on my eyes. It's perfectly fine. I just haven't found a use for it, and it looks very pretty in the winter when that sort of darker makeup, smokier makeup looks nice, glittery makeup looks nice, but I just couldn't, with the looks that I was sort of going for and experimenting with this year, it just didn't really mesh well, so it sat unused for most of the year. Then I have this quad, my Le Quatrom from Chanel in 94 Reflet D'Homme. I loved this quad. This was one of the very first quads that I ever bought from Chanel. I believe at the time it cost me $54 or $56, and I have since learned that you do get your money's worth with these. It breaks down to about, I think it breaks down to about $14 a shadow, which is insane, I realize, but it is a luxury product. It's a luxury treat that I gave myself on vacation. I started out with small pan on this shade here, which was gold, and this shade down here, which was a white, and they all have a shimmer glitter to them, and they're all very cool toned. And then I had no pan in this blue shade, and I had no pan in this brown shade. As you can see, that has very much changed. This white shade is completely gone. I have just in the bottom there a line for the gold shade. That's all that's left. I have significant pan in this blue shade, which I use almost exclusively as a liner. There were very few times when I could really make it work as a full shadow. So I'm pretty pleased with the progress I made on that. And then as you see, I've got significant pan on this brown shade, which I use exclusively as a crease shade. And I will continue to use it, and hopefully it will end up, hopefully this will end up in an empties, at least these two shades will. I have no idea if I will ever be able to finish this shade. And that's another thing I've learned, is that dark shades don't pan very easily. They don't pan very quickly. If you don't use a smoky eye look, if you don't wear a lot of dark makeup, I don't, because my eyes naturally are very dark. They're very blue tinged. I have dark circles under my eyes, so I spend a lot of time concealing that, brightening it up, and I don't like to spend a lot of time then taking it back down to a blue or smoky look. So one thing I've learned about my makeup preferences is that I love pretty blue shades, I love pretty green shades, I love beautiful, colorful shades, but if I don't have nice neutral or natural makeup to go with it, they just look odd on me. They're not the look I'm looking for. Then I have my Jouer Contrast blush in Rose Bronze, also from Chanel. Now, let's see. There are a few flaky pieces in here that might fall, but as you can see, I've panned almost the entire thing, except for this area down here. You can see it there. That's all that I have left. And it is a nice dark blush. I'm wearing it today. It's a nice, beautiful fall and winter blush. It has a bit of shimmer in it. And I found that there is a lot of deep pan on these blushes. The Chanel blushes, the formula is really beautiful, really nice, goes on very evenly. You just have to work it out. And I have found that it didn't take it took me the whole year to get this far. And it wasn't the only blush that I used. I didn't use this blush exclusively, but I used it primarily. So I still have a little bit of product left, and hopefully this will show up in an empties video sometime in 2016. Now for the two things that I could probably measure for you, I will, and that is the NARS lipstick in Fast Ride. You can see it's a nice purplish red color. It's got a bit of liner on there from another product I've been using it with. But as you can see, when I started out with all of my lipsticks, and I started out here on January 2nd, and with the bottom at this line right here, and as of December 20th, I am at this line right here. So you can see I went from here to here, but I made about less than a quarter inch of progress between June and December. So this is not an easy lipstick to wear. I wanted it to be darker, I suppose. I wanted it to be a dark blood red, but it's more of a purple. And so trying to use it with the right liner has been somewhat of a challenge, but I've been liking it a lot more lately. Hopefully this winter I will get down to business, and again, it will show up in an empties. But another thing I've learned is that dark lipsticks do not pan quickly. And then finally, I have my Maybelline Expert Wear. There's almost nothing left for you to see on the label. It was in ebony black. That's what's left. Still using it, still sharpening it. Hopefully, I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, there's nothing left to hold on to. So I think this is pretty much pretty good progress. When I started with the bottom, at the bottom of the page, you can see this is kind of the mark where it started before it broke twice and I had to resharpen it. So the official starting point was right here back in January. And here I am right now on December 20th. So as you can see, I've used from here to here, which is about what's left. So I'm very pleased with this, considering even how old this is and how much I never even used it before. So I'm hoping that I will get down to, I mean, it doesn't even matter if I finish it. This is really good progress, so I'm happy with this. So I've also learned that I am no good on a no-buy. That's why I did not set myself up for a no-buy. I'm glad that I did the project pan, because it did cut down my spending quite a bit and made me realize how much makeup I have or the products that I'm missing, and how long it takes or how short it takes to actually finish a product. And it has made me start to think about those things when I go to Ulta or Sephora and look at things and I'm like, and I want to buy them. It makes me think about, well, this would be really pretty, but I'd probably wear it once. So it has also made me stick to more, if I'm going to splurge, I will splurge more on drugstore. I love Maybelline, and I love the Walgreens Disney Princess collections that come out. I mean, I know the quality isn't quite there, but for something that I will not be using very much because I have a very basic makeup look that I'm trying to go for, unless it's, you know, the holidays or I'm just feeling pretty rebellious and I just want that splash of green all over my eyes. I don't mind splurging on those kind of things, fulfilling that shopping need, but not going to Sephora and spending $70 like I was doing, which is what prompted this Project 10 pan in the first place. So, and also I have been getting, I've not been buying makeup. I have been getting BoxyCharm, which is 5 products a month, but I've also been using the products in my BoxyCharm because they're useful products. They're basic, essential types of products that I can use. Of course, I get the lipsticks and the liners and those things that kind of sit there for a while, but I try everything. I get I get face powders that I'm almost out of. I get mascaras that I'm almost out of. I get concealers that I've used up, face products and skin products that I've completely used up. So I feel like that for me has been a good, for $21 a month, that gets me my shopping fix and it gets me the essentials I need, and then I can go to Ulta and splurge on a bunch of Maybelline products or a bunch of nail products that I love, or go to Walgreens and splurge without blowing out my bank account. Which doesn't help me earn any points, but I'm not worried about that kind of thing anyway. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me pan my makeup products and the way that I've gone on this journey, I guess. We're always calling it a journey. I don't know that it's a journey, it's just life. It's a project. And I hope that you've enjoyed my videos. I've enjoyed watching a lot of other people's progress. I've enjoyed getting to know a lot of you, and thank you so much for being so positive and being so kind. And obviously I'm not cut out for a beauty channel. I do videos that I love. I do haul videos of makeup and geeky stuff, and I do pop hauls, I do BoxyCharm videos. My channel's all over the place. And for those of you who haven't unsubscribed, because I primarily started doing Project 10 pan and beauty videos, and you've watched me do Lego blind bags, and you've watched me do loot crates, and you've watched me do Funko hauls, thank you for not unsubscribing and putting me into a box and expecting me to be one thing. And I hope that you all have a wonderful new year. I am going to start a Project 2016 pan, not 2016 products, but I will be starting a project pan or a pan that palette for 2016. I'll be putting that up in January after the new year. And I look forward to hearing from you guys and seeing what projects you're going to start on. So thank you again for watching. The puppies are asleep, snoring. And I will see you in the new year. Bye-bye.